means to you?
Well, it's both. With all of our programs, what we've done is we've gone into the communities, we've talked to the people, we've found out what they need to be successful. And then from that, we've developed the program. So the women who come into the Women's Center, for example, they do the training, they get trained, they get life skills, and then as they graduate, they get a microloan to start up their businesses. So they're not just going with knowledge, but they're also going with the tools to start up. And I think that's what's essential.
Despite his education and two
everybody could pay the school fee.
Weeks is humble, but what he does on the streets of Monrovia.
It's amazing what you learn from people. When I forget about my Western education that I have, an Ivy League education, and say, I'm just going to listen to you as my friend. Because those people understand their reality better than any big international organization or anybody holding a PhD from Princeton or Harvard.
But the big organizations are still here, and Liberia is still a country on life support. The UN Security Council just renewed the peacekeeping mission, and there are several hundred civilian workers here. Every week says it's time to wean Liberians of their dependency culture.
I remember when the war first ended, for many, many years. I mean, immediately after the war, we started to get relief rations. We were happy because we didn't have food. But that started to drag on for months and years. And all Liberians started to say, listen, we don't want to be receiving food handouts. Gave us the tools to go plant food, gave us the opportunity to feed ourselves. And that's why I think what's best for Liberia is the kind of aid that involves investment, that involves supporting infrastructure, that provides jobs and training opportunities. So rather than someone saying we're bringing 1,000 bags of rice, bringing 1,000 bags of seeds, let people grow food, bring in training opportunities. That's what has to happen.
Don't go back home and just sit down. You all think about being empowered. You all think about changing your lives. This is your chance to prove it to us.
You might drive through the streets and see hundreds of humanitarian organization cars. That doesn't necessarily mean that that money is getting to the people, and it doesn't mean it's getting to the right people at the right time using the right strategy. So that presence can fool you. When you look at the amount of money that's coming to Liberia for international relief work, it's astounding. That can fool you as well, but a lot of that money, unfortunately, goes to paying high salaries.
5 years of civil war not only wrecked the country, it deprived a generation of children of education and ruined the economy. Jobs are still scarce. The challenges of getting Liberia to stand on its own feet again are enormous. Even if there is an enthusiasm for Liberian girls and women to join the police force, there's quite a lot of them who lack the basic skills to read and write. It's an essential part of being able to maintain the law.
It is, and I think, unfortunately, this is another result of the war. If you think about it, if someone was 10 years old in 1990, in 2004, when the war ended, they're going to be 24. That means that person has not had the opportunity to go to regular school for 14 years. So it's not because Liberian people didn't want to go to school. It's not because we have a nation of people who do want to read and write. That tells you that we are serious about education and we're serious about moving forward.
Cuban Weeks is part of the campaign to get the youth of Liberia mobilized. Despite fears about corruption and a lack of infrastructure, Weeks says it's time for Liberians to take the lead in distributing aid and getting people back to work.
I think if it's done by, again, the Liberian people, the Liberian government, through a process where people hear, because it's our own people, I think the results will be much better. But on the very heels of that has to be employment. Because you could do all the rehabilitation with the best psychiatrists, with the best counselors, unless you can give meaningful employment to the young people, nothing's changed.
We tried to find the money. It was not easy. But when the sun came up, we're looking for the money for Basa. When the sun went down, we're looking for the money. And thanks to God, we finally have the money to start a 100-acre farm right there in Grand Basa.
Africans are vibrant people. We're able to rebound from the worst things possible. I remember during the war, it would be a day after ceasefire, and people would be back in the markets fixing their lives again. You won't see people mopping around, there's no hope. The markets will be open, the clubs will be open, churches will be open. Right after, the day after the war,
As for Cuban Links and his part in Liberia's renaissance, he has a well-known role model.
Oh, I think